Hi. Welcome to our show.
Well, hi, everybody!
Coming to you somewhat live and semi-weekly from the Quad M World Headquarters located in hell in the scenic North Valley, this is the Quad M Show. We are your hosts, I am TJ.
And Jason.
Oh, good sir. How was your week?
Not too bad. It went fast.
Yeah.
Seemed like last Friday was just a couple days ago, but it wasn't.
It was a week to people like you and me. I mean, was it just work made it blow by, or did you have shit going on, or what was transpiring?
Just kind of kept busy the whole time, so just kind of kept busy with all odds and ends and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
well, it's good because the last couple weeks
get cabin fever.
I
haven't been outside to do infidel stuff in a long time, man. I'm getting trigger happy over here.
I know. We can tell. Well, general kind of housekeeping stuff first. I would like to again thank Andy McNamara and Devin John from the Andy Mac Show coming in and hanging out last week. It was a fun show.
That was a fun show.
We didn't really get much accomplished topic-wise, but, it was a fun show. What the hell is that just fucking...
It's my Carmex. I dropped it. And, of course, instead of just landing on the floor, it has to roll all the way over there.
Well, of course it does. Here, I will, because I believe my cord will extend that far. Let's see. Let's go ahead here and...
Oh, yeah, kick it with your foot. There we go.
There we go.
Yoink. Teamwork makes the dream work.
Don't go ninja, nobody don't need ninja.
Oh, boy. Yeah, my week was pretty humdrum. Not really a whole hell of a lot going on and all that. I'd been talking for a while about picking up one of those Cintiqs.
Yep.
I was going to do that for the birthday purchase and all that type of stuff. Well, I found kind of an off-brand type deal.
Sure.
And so instead of this 13-inch Cintiq drawing monitor thing, I'm going to get from a company called UG. UGEE. UG or UGI. I have no idea how it's actually pronounced, but I'm going with that. But for less price, it's like it's a 21.5-inch monitor, drawing monitor.
Oh, so it's bigger.
Yeah.
Oh, good for you.
Okay.
And comparable pricing. Let's say, like the Cintiq 13-inch was sitting at about $800 before shipping and handling. That's just the unit itself. The UG is a little bit less. The same price for like a Cintiq 23-inch, I think is like the next size that they have, is like $1,700.
Down.
The only difference is that, there's some differences to this, but like I guess like the Cintiq, it's got the speed keys along the side. You go ahead and do the thing because that's what Wacom does.
Yep.
They have all the this does not have any of that. So all my stuff would still have to be speed keyed with the
keyboard.
The keyboard,
Sure.
which that's not an issue whatsoever. I'm
Indeed.
okay with that. But it comes with 2 pens and a recharger. So you have one sitting in the recharge pod while you're drawing on the other.
Sure.
When that one dies, you go ahead and swap them out. It takes like maybe a half hour to an hour for a pen to recharge. It comes with like a screen protector lining,
Okay.
like what I got for the phone, for my phone. Hopefully, it's a little bit easier to fucking put on and doesn't have all the goddamn bubbles that the one for the magical smartphone has, because that would make drawing kind of a pain in the ass if I have to work through fucking bubbles.
Something's fucky around here. You didn't watch Trailer Park Boys, did you?
There's a lot of shit that I still haven't yet to watch. And you're going to get on my ass about it. You have to call me out more. The Martian, still haven't had a chance. Interstellar, still haven't had a chance. Yeah.
And Trailer Park Boys, apparently.
Trailer Park Boys.
I don't know. Maybe they're not for you. It's stoner humor.
Well, I appreciate... Dude, come on, man.
And Canadian. It's Canadian stoner humor, eh?
Okay, so it's 75% of Kevin Smith.
No.
Because Kevin Smith is stoner humor, too.
And
I love me.
It's
Kevin
the Trailer
Smith.
Park Boys.
Well, I know it's not Kevin Smith. I understand this.
It's different, man. It's different. Big, huge story about a little tiny trailer park, and
all the people in it, eh?
Yep.
Because they're Canadians.
Canadians, eh?
I thought for sure that I would have something just, overly exuberant to yammer on about. I spent the better part of 3 hours today going through trying to find shit. This is going to be one of them shows, kids.
Awesome.
This is
Flashback show. That's okay.
This is one of those ones where the trolls out there who love us so bad, they're gonna, they go, yeah, boring. This is probably one of the ones like, this is the greatest show of all time because of the shit that they throw out and post.
It's because the internet's fucking weird. Weird.
Sometimes I don't get it.
It's an entity that is weird.
But apparently I've started a little bit of a rebellion on this little page block, this little community. Because
rebellion.
Well,
You rebel scum.
Because you got. I've talked about this guy, this troll, before, and the name escapes me. And even if I remembered the name, the douchebag's name, I wouldn't say it anyways. But I don't remember the guy's name. But every time it's like, when I post a thing and for your listening enjoyment, and it was, there's no enjoyment to be had here.
No, we ought to do, dude. Just every time that guy posts something, we thank you so much for your honest and insightful, right? Something real nice and cordial and thankful and whatnot. Then after a while, we'd give a big shout out to our number one listener,
number one fan. The point being is that
our favorite troll
is our favorite little troll. Maybe I'll do that next time. I'll put the reply in there. Thank you so much for listening to the show. We appreciate your support. Have a blessed day. Yours in Christ, TJ. Have you heard the good word about our Lord and Savior?
Awesome.
Shoot him a PDF watchtower. I don't know if the Jehovah's do the PDFs. I think they can use technology. I don't think they turn that down. I think the Jehovah's
technology.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Dude.
Okay. Well, I don't know what falls into their edicts.
It's flexible.
That's with everything in the everything in the world.
Well, the Bible doesn't say I can't. Ain't nothing but an iPad in my Bible.
Oh, I don't know. I think me and Ezekiel can tell you otherwise. Come, brother, let's go raise a barn and we'll tell you about the evils of technology. Keep churning that butter, woman.
Indeed. The easiest people on the planet to bribe. Alcohol.
Damn right. I think that's the great unifier in the world, really. Unless you're a recovering alcoholic, then no. The currency of the realm would not be that.
So, some parts of Montana you need where you go animal hunting, the currency is beer and
and plenty of it.
Oh yeah, you see some animals out in the field, so you go up to the ranch, and it's usually the Hutterites.
Right.
Yeah, go up there. Hey, can we hunt on your land? Well, we don't know about that, eh? And well, I don't know. and then Uncle's like, "How about a 6-pack?" And the guy's like, "Well, how about a 12-pack?" So,
and that's how they do it too. It don't matter what store they go to. Basically, for you kids out there that don't know who the Hutterites are, think of them as the Amish, but they drive a big battle wagon filled with homemade goods and other services to try to swap with local stores in town.
Yeah, they're kind of They're Amish, but they've caught up with modern times. They drive and use cell phones and
they love the wheeling and dealing.
And yeah,
they're the Monty Halls of they're the Monty Halls and Bob Barkers of the religious world.
Oh yeah, indeed, dude, indeed.
And of course, if you don't have beer to trade, well,
Money.
I was going to say they also always look for a couple more branches on the family tree.
They do. They do. They like blonde hair, blue eyes.
Little chlorine in the Hutterite gene pool.
They like blonde hair, blue eyes.
God love them. But so, anyways, back to the rebellion that's kind of been going on in this community. so we post the latest. I post the latest episode up there, and he has this picture. Meh. Well, if you look, I know two of the guys. So I know they listen to the show. So I know they've been doing this for a couple weeks. Is that immediately when I post it within this community, they immediately like it. As like rebellion to these guys who are sitting there trashing and trolling. So it's like this little. It's almost. It's. I can't even call it. Where it's like a little pinch fight. It's like a little slap hands fight with your head turned away.
Oh.
Well, one of them we know and love. It's our boy Chris.
Okay.
Because he's not above sticking it to the man. It's a good cat. Love you, Chris.
Oh no.
But no, and then the other one, he's got a podcast there, the Dan and Cody podcast, I guess it's called, is the name of his show.
Okay.
But he posts in there all the time, and we're back and forth with friends on Facebook, and he immediately likes it as well. And then some like third guy decided to start chiming in and liking shit. So it's like I say, we're getting like this little slap hands thing going on within the community.
Oh, that's funny.
I love being a shit stirrer. Well, I don't know off the top of my head the name of the podcast that actually won, but unfortunately we did not win monkeyfightingrobots.com's amateur podcast of 2016. We did not win the championship. I honestly thought we had a really good chance. I thought we were better than the norm. Didn't even get an honorable mention.
Aww. Losers, in other words.
Well, so we got goals for next year, at least an honorable mention.
There you go.
So, in light of that, kill a couple minutes here, got ourselves a Z-List Celebrity Follower of the Week, my good sir.
Okay.
This week, our new Z-List Celebrity Follower is a magician by the name of Jeff McBride.
Jeff McBride. Tell me why that name sounds familiar.
I don't know. He's been on a couple of different things here. He's a magician. He's based out of Las Vegas. He runs the McBride Magic and Mystery School.
It's magic.
And he's going off of the Wikipedia. He also is a big purveyor and promoter of the neo-pagan movement. Okay. I have no idea what the hell that is, but it's very steeped in the religion and rituals and all that type of stuff involving the magic and the hoodoo and voodoo and all that type of stuff. Whatever. His stage show it's a wonderful blend. It's a wonderful frothy blend of magic, martial arts, kabuki, and theater.
Huh.
So he's a showy magician. His television credits: he has appeared on The World's Greatest Magic 2, that came out in 1995, hosted by the late Alan Thicke. He's been on Chris Angel's Mind Freak twice, and he was also on VH1's magic reality TV show, Celebracadabra.
Huh.
Celebracadabra apparently is what they were calling that. And he is also a 3-time Guinness World Record holder.
Yeah, I'm looking at stuff right now. Wow. Okay.
Apparently he's a bit of a deal.
I know I've probably seen a couple of his videos or something because, yeah. Okay, yeah, this guy looks familiar. I know I've seen something, but that's all I can say.
Yeah, I'm the most magic I'm hip to is like Penn and Teller. And when Andy Mack does a couple of card tricks, that's real. That's the extent of my magical knowledge. Apparently, there was a thing out there. They were talking about the highest grossing magic magicians of 2016. Apparently, Copperfield is still the big deal.
Really?
Yeah, 64 million he made last year.
I didn't know he was still around. That's how much I pay attention to magic.
Yeah, well, yeah. Well, you get that residency in Vegas, you're pretty much set up for life.
Indeed.
If you can get yourself a Vegas residency show, yeah, you're golden. You're taken care of.
Once in a while, I'll catch a few clips of Penn and Teller Fool Us.
Yeah.
A couple of those on there are pretty cool.
Yeah.
That actually get to fool Penn and Teller. But.
Well, that's where another one of our Z-list guys, where we'd send the magician Brian Brushwood. Brushwood or Brushwood? Can't remember, but he's one of our Z-list guys, and he was on that show at one point. Yeah, no, I like that Fool Us, because that's you get some shit, and then you got them critiquing, going, yeah, we saw the flash right here. We see, or whatever they call it when you can see what's going on. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was always more of a fan, though, of Penn and Teller's bullshit. That was such a great show.
That was an awesome show.
I'd love to see. I'm sure they have it, but if I can find it on DVD, I'm all about it. I would totally get that on DVD. So another great show on DVD too. Or if I could, I know they won't have it on DVD. But one thing I've been watching a lot of lately is Cheap Seats.
Is what?
It was a show called Cheap Seats, and it was on ESPN Classic. And I know you may not know who the Sklar brothers are by name, but I know you know what they've done. Comedy duo, funny guys, and they basically what they would do is go through like really old, shitty sporting events through the ESPN library. And since ABC and they're all owned by Disney, they also had access to like the old Wide World of Sports shit as well. So I mean, you've got they had some like really old, like old wrestling, like Mid-South wrestling from the 80s with like a very young Ted DiBiase, a very young Iron Sheik. I can't say young, he was 40 when he fucking got into the game. But then you've got like the NFL superstars match up with like, shitty NFL players that probably got cut like their first or second years. And their big events are like tandem bike racing.
Okay.
And a tug of war that landed in like in a tie after an hour and a half, to where you feel bad for the fucking people that had to sit and watch this and fill the seats for an hour and a half of these guys just basically sitting absolutely fucking still, right? And like the pits of sand, I mean, by the end of the hour and a half, you're seeing these guys like almost halfway deep into fucking the pits of sand.
Okay.
But celebrity. Oh Christ! What was it like? NFL players versus professional pool players playing 9-ball, and the NFL players actually beat the pool players.
Huh.
But I mean, just world's strongest man competitions. I mean, nothing that would be classified as great upper echelon sporting events that people are going to talk about for years. Just the dregs of it, and it's just fucking hilarious. But I know they don't have that on DVD either, else I'd be all over that. I like that obscure shit. I like the funny shit that's obscure.
Funny and obscure.
Just like us. Just like the Quad M show. Well, thankfully, I've managed to kill the appropriate 20 minutes. I feel good about myself.
All right.
Now. So,
right.
Once again, Jeff McBride, hey, thank you so much for giving us the follow. Hopefully, you're actually listening to the show and enjoying it and all that type of stuff. So, Jeff McBride, Z-List Celebrity Follower of the Week. Thank you kindly, sir.
All right.
Well, we will go ahead. We will take our first break. We will come back with a little bit of Fredgie Sanford and some hot takes. Squad M Show. Stay tuned.
Have you checked out quadmproductions.com lately? Quadmproductions.com is your direct access hookup to order Enigma the comic book series and download the Quad M podcast. Check the appearances page for upcoming events and contact us with questions or comments. Don't be the only lonely soul who's missing out on all the fun. Visit us today at quadmproductions.com. That's quadmproductions.com.
Welcome back to the second segment of this here 69th episode of the Quad M Show. We are your hosts. I am TJ.
And Jason.
Welcome back to the show.
And this segment is brought to you in part by my bartender, Marty.
Marty!
Marty.
Shout out to the best bartender in Helena. Right? That's what we're supposed to say, right?
Something like that, yeah.
Okay.
That works.
Yeah.
That works. Still like that. It works. If you have the chance, if you're in the Helena area, feel free Wednesday nights, stop on out over at the Gold Dust on Cedar Avenue, or on Friday or Saturday nights at Bowser's on Dredge Drive, where Marty will be bartending. And I've worked out the deal with him. If you go in and you go in and he's working, you go in and you say, Martin! He'll get a free drink, courtesy of the Quad M Show. Just remember, kids, use.
Oh, no, dude. That's going to be funny. We're going to have to get a bunch of people together and go into the bar and just start, Martin.
That's right, kids. Use keyword Martin. Get yourself a free drink. That's Wednesday nights at the Gold Dust. Gold Dust on Cedar Avenue, or Friday and Saturdays at Bowser's on Dredge Drive in Helena.
That's fucking hilarious.
Martin! He's a good cat.
All right.
He's a good cat, Marty. Let's see how many of these people won't go in to get $5 off a haircut, but boy, they'll show up for a free drink. Remember what we said earlier.
Indeed.
Booze is the great unifier.
Indeed. The Quad M Show could have you looking good and feeling good if you just fucking have a listen, you assholes.
That's our community service to you. Look good and then don't give two shits about it later.
Fucking brilliant.
All right. Speaking of brilliant, let's go ahead and get into some Fred Sanford here. So we've got 3 of them here today, kids, because quite frankly, there really isn't a whole lot to talk about on Hot Takes.
Yeah.
So
if you muscled through the first segment and managed to stick around for the second, we've actually got some content.
There's no enjoyment to be had here.
My name is Travis. And the Moose Star.
So now we get to the good stuff. All right. So the first one comes to us by way, of course, of from Florida.
Awesome.
And both of mine will be coming by way of smokinggun.com. So the first award winner here, angered that he had yet to consummate his 6-month-old marriage, a 76-year-old Florida man allegedly shot his new bride in the buttocks.
Whoa, look out, look out!
Right in the buttocks,
In the buttocks, according to the police, who arrested the septuagenarian for felony domestic violence. Donald Royce was arrested this past Saturday night after firing a pair of shots at his 62-year-old spouse in the bedroom of the couple's Lehigh Acres residence. He is being held at the Lee County Jail in lieu of $100,000 bail.
He just couldn't put up with her shit anymore, could he?
He couldn't put up with her not putting it out. So Royce explained that they have been married since August, and together they have not consummated their marriage, according to the probable cause statement prepared by a police detective. Donald became violently angry tonight due to his requesting sex with his wife and her refusing. During questioning by cops, Royce said that he had been arguing with his wife about their sleeping arrangements, which he decided to fire into the bed to scare her. But Royce said he missed the mattress, instead striking the victim in the hip and buttocks.
Oh, shit.
Donald then stated he only wanted to shoot the mattress, but was upset when he realized he had shot his wife, the investigator noted. When sheriff's deputies first arrived at the home, Royce declared, "I shot her and the gun's in my room."
You big dummy.
Oh, shit.
Royce's wife was transported to Lee Memorial Hospital, where she was treated and later released. A judge has ordered Royce to have no contact with his spouse. Royce and his wife, who had been together for 6 years, were wed in August of 2016 at the county clerk's office in Fort Myers. Okay, so that's the first one. Do we want to do yours next, or do we want
Sure, whatever you want to do.
Okay, well, go ahead and we'll do yours.
Okay.
So what do we got going on?
Well, I found this on the YouTubes. The video's description is masked men open carry in police station.
Masked men open fire.
No, open carry in police station.
Open carry. Okay.
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 This was published on February 7th, 2017. Occurred on February 5th in Dearborn, Michigan. USA, of course.
Oh.
And their video description is, after Dearborn, Michigan police expressly invited us to file a formal complaint for an unlawful traffic stop, we returned to the police station to file our complaint. Even though they knew what we looked like and that we were armed, the police acted quite negatively. So I'm just going to play the video here.
Okay.
At the Dearborn Police Station, we're going to go in and file a complaint because we were illegally pulled over about an hour ago. Isn't that right, Brandon?
That's 100% accurate.
That is 100% accurate.
We felt a little afraid for our lives when we were pulled over, so we figured we better protect ourselves.
God.
Right?
And so we have our two Mensa members walking in.
Yeah, and brief, just guys walking into a police station with a face mask and an AK-47. And GoPros.
Put that on the ground. Put it on the ground. Put it on the ground. I'm not trying to put it on the ground now. Put it on the ground. Listen, I will shoot you. I will put a round in you, sir. Put that rifle on the ground. Take it off your neck.
I will take it off.
Take it off your neck. Take it off your neck. What the hell's the matter with you?
You all calm down?
Put it.
What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah. Imagine the folks, the guys were arrested and...
Jesus. Because we didn't feel safe when we got pulled over.
Yeah.
So we don't go to the cop shop with our AK.
You big dummy.
Good Lord. All right. And finally, coming to us by way of Oklahoma, a substitute teacher was arrested for indecent exposure after she performed a
I read
cartwheel.
about this.
After she performed a cartwheel in a high school choir class with no undergarments, police allege.
Check your panties.
So, Lacey Sponzier, age 34, exposed herself to students at Penhuska High School in Pawhuska, Oklahoma. Sponzier was wearing a long dress but no underwear, which caused her to expose herself to the students in the class. This act was captured by a student on their cell phone, said Police Chief Scott Laird.
Giggity giggity. Giggity goo.
As described in a probable cause affidavit, as Sponzier performed the cartwheel in the junior high choir room, her dress was flipped up, exposing her buttocks. I love that. The words coming. Buttocks, Jenny.
What about the vagina?
An officer who reviewed the video of the incident added, "I further noticed that the defendant was not wearing any type of underwear."
I noticed.
I just happened to see that. A 17-year-old female student told police that Sponzier had said that she was not wearing underwear before performing the cartwheel, which exposed her bare vagina.
Yeah, she knew what she was doing.
Oh, the student noted that she saw Sponzier's vagina open and close. Ew.
Oh my.
That student was looking pretty damn close.
As her legs were in the air. The girl also told police that Sponzier had been talking about using drugs and commented on how she thought 14-year-old boys were like men. When questioned by police, Sponzier initially denied performing the cartwheel in class. When told that a student captured the cartwheel in a Snapchat video, Sponzier replied that she did not remember performing a cartwheel or exposing her vagina and buttocks. Sponzier told police that she was just dancing with the students and trying to be a cool teacher. Page 2.
Page 2.
Now, page 2.
According to court records, this is great. According to court records, Sponzier pleaded guilty in 2008 to marijuana possession, public intoxication, and possession of drug paraphernalia, for which she received a 2-year deferred sentence and was fined $1,100 and was ordered to perform 100 hours of community service. In December of 2009, a judge ruled that Sponzier violated her probation, in part because she had not disclosed being questioned by police investigating an accused meth cook. Sponzier told cops that she had been present in the suspect's home when he was manufacturing the drug, adding that the man was careless when he cooks. In September of 2011, Sponzier pleaded guilty to possession of methamphetamine and marijuana in the presence of a child and possession of drug paraphernalia. She was sentenced to a 3-year deferred sentence. As part of that deal, prosecutors dropped a burglary charge against Sponzier.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. I don't think so. Winner, winner, sheen dinner.
Sounds like a fun girl. You got a picture?
You know, it's actually funny. There is 2 pictures of her on the smoking gun. And one, she looks pretty hot. And then you scroll down, and this must have been like maybe from 2008 or earlier, because when you scroll down, 34-year-old Sponzier tends to look a little bit more like 76-year-old Donald Royce.
Get off my lawn.
Awesome.
In the photos there.
Meth. It's a hell of a drug.
Yeah, not even once.
Or twice.
Just don't do it. All right. So, on your boys there, do we have names for your 2 idiots from?
They don't need names.
From Michigan.
That's not important.
All right. So, to our award winners, the dynamic duo from Michigan, bringing in an AK-47 into the cop shop.
Yeah.
To David Royce. 70-something-year-old David Royce for shooting his wife in the buttocks for not giving up the goods, and Lacey Sponzier for pretty much giving up the goods to a high school choir class. Congratulations, you all are winners of this week's coveted Fred G. Sanford Award for excellence in stupidity.
You dummy!
Excellence in stupidity.
Oh, God bless you, one and all. All right, well, let's go ahead, good sir. Let's go ahead and get us into some hot takes, shall we?
Okay.
And the sign gotta say hot! You gotta say hot! You gotta say hot!
And so this past Sunday, not only being the birth of our host, me. There was also a little foosball game going on down.
There was a
Houston.
foosball game, wasn't there?
The Super Bowl, and a couple things I wanted to bring up on this. I saw a post. From someone who said this is a confusing game. So before I get into that, I do want to say when we were giving out our thoughts on how the game was going to end and all that, I do want to congratulate old Andy, our good boy Andy Mack. Pretty much called it. I think his quote was 31-28. And so he was off by a field goal instead of he had a field goal instead of the winning touchdown, which I think ended up making it 34-28. So congratulations to Andy for being a good guesser.
Huh, that was a good guess.
So what good sir? What confused you about the game?
It just seemed kind of. It was a weird game. I don't know. I watched the whole damn thing, actually. And, I'm not the foosball fan, so...
Did you? I'm proud of you. Good on you.
I actually usually watch the Super Bowl because it's like this big social thing. Everybody's got to watch the
It's
Super
the big
Bowl.
game.
And, yeah, the big game and whatnot. The one thing, it seemed like it went faster than most other Super Bowls. Like the whole game went faster. There wasn't it seemed like a fast game. And I'm not sure if it was like entertainment or a football game that was happening, because there was a guy that went running on the field all mad and stuff. Oh, I don't know fucking names, right? The fucking two helmets they got stuck together. I'm just kind of sitting there, eat my fucking bacon wrapped Smokies, going, what the fuck? And this is a weird game. And I'm going back out to the garage.
I think I pretty much, made my statements pretty clear, during the game that that the first half to me was just, I mean, don't get me wrong, I was going for the Falcons. I wanted the Falcons to win, just because
they were the underdog.
Well, that's not even that. It's the fact that I hate the Patriots. It goes back to
so it was by default, huh?
Pretty much. I was of that group that 1% Atlanta Falcons fans, 99% hates the Patriots. There's a whole thing about
it's that 1%.
It's the Tuck rule. Anyways, so I texted a buddy while I'm watching the game. I texted, I go, this shit's ridiculous, because I think by 28-3 at the half, the Falcons were up, and I'm like, this shit's ridiculous. Are you gonna go to the bar afterwards? Like, no, I'm gonna stay in. I'm like, okay. And so then watched the Lady Gaga show, and we'll get into that here in a little bit, because there's some stuff. There was some trolling online that was done that I kind of want to talk about too.
Okay, sure.
So watched the Lady Gaga, and then went back into the game, and I truly do, in my heart of hearts, believe that it was actually the Patriots did make a genuine comeback. We had the first overtime game in Super Bowl history.
Yep.
And I think, my immediate post was, okay, first OT in Super Bowl history, New England gets the ball. The fix is in, kids.
Fucking bullshit!
And of course they did not disappoint. If it was legitimate, I say congratulations for the greatest comeback in Super Bowl history. If the fix was in, congratulations on entertaining the mind wiped sheeple that are saying that was such a great game. But anybody who's like a longtime football fan says this is the biggest load of shit that I've ever seen in my life. This is ridiculous. This is why the NFL is becoming a joke. Because they just want they're looking for the ratings, not the actual competition.
Uh-huh.
So I'm kind of on the fence either way on it, But like I said, if it was genuine, it was a hell of a good game. If the fix was in, fuck yeah, it'd be what it'd be.
Yeah, weird game. And then there's that one touchdown call. With the knee was still on the ground or something like that, and I don't know. It seems kind of...
Yeah, basically the way that it works is that if the knee touches the ground, you're down. And if the knee touches the ground before the ball, what they call breaking the plane, which is the goal line, if the knee is down before that ball goes over, you're down. I mean, that's just where it's at. The ball's placed on the 1 or the half or wherever the fuck it is. That's just the way, that's the beauty of instant replay as well, but I mean, by and large, I thought, it was good. It was all right. I was okay with it. The first half was just kind of... My biggest problem, though, and this has really been indicative of the last fucking 10, 15 years worth of Super Bowls, is the commercials were so fucking god-awful bad. There was nothing fun or amusing about them. There was nothing that stuck out. There's only one, one brief instance where something actually made me laugh. And that was during the Febreze commercial. During the beginning, where they're all talking about have to take, everyone's like having to take a shit, and the fucking big old fat black dude's going down, and as he's going down, there's a picture of like a steamboat or a tugboat right behind him, and as he's going down, the tugboat goes. That was the only thing that fucking made me laugh out of all of the commercials.
Oh a poop joke on TV. All right.
And that's my wheelhouse. I'm all about it.
Groovy.
Give me low class, lowbrow humor. I'm in. Other than that, like I said, there was no. I mean, none of the commercials to me were just fucking memorable at all. And I think there was one guy. Oh, was it? I don't remember where it was, but one guy, he was sitting there bitching about that Budweiser commercial was so damn political and anti-Trump. And I'm like, how the fuck was that? I don't know if you remember the commercial or not, where I don't remember, was Anheuser or Bush that came off the banana boat on Ellis Island. And he's going through and we don't want you in our country and blah blah blah. And then he makes his way to St. Louis, and then that's the meeting of Anheuser and Bush and blah blah. And he goes off, and this dude just went off on that was so anti-Trump, it was pathetic. Talking about the travel ban and not allowing foreigners into the country and all that. I mean, Jesus Christ, Budweiser's owned by a bunch of Belgians now, anyways. What the hell? That was a bunch of bullshit. That shouldn't have been on my Super Bowl.
You know why? Because people are dumb, dude. America's only form of exercise is jumping to conclusions.
Flapping your gums.
And,
I'm just like, dude, it was
it's like right now, I'm kind of embarrassed to be an American.
Oh, hey, Madonna.
A little bit, dude. Hey, I'm not that guy. I'm not that Florida guy. Right?
No, I am not embarrassed to be an American. I'm embarrassed because the idiots are the ones that get the voice. The idiots are the ones they're allowed to be the sounding board. And if people use anything like a little thing I like to call common sense, well, all of a sudden you're hateful, you're a bigot, you're a bigoted xenophobe, opposite sex hating, liberal, liberty crushing, blah 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 blah, and it's like, dude, come on, man.
The one that got me was there was that boycott Starbucks because they want to hire 1,000 refugees or something, right? And they'll hire refugees, but they won't hire veterans or some shit and thing like that. And fucking Starbucks from its very beginning has had like a veteran, hiring policy and whatnot, and they have like a goal of 10,000 or something like that a year.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's something like that.
Yeah, and it ends up they had a veteran hiring and recruitment program for fucking ever, and
yeah. But here again, this is a reason why we don't get political on the fucking show, because it's damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Mm-hmm.
You got the right wingers that are pissed off because Starbucks is saying we're going to take in 100,000 refugees, we're going to hire 100,000 refugees, or whatever the fuck number is. And then you got the fucking left-wing liberals that are pissed off because Starbucks is a major corporation and they're just using it as a fucking marketing ploy. And it's like, dude, fucking, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't.
1,000? How many is 1,000 really?
Yeah, like I said, I mean 10 or 100,000 refugees. And you figure that would probably be a hiring base for about maybe 10% of the Starbucks that are actually out there. There's probably, shit. Fucking, here in podunk little tiny ass Helena, we have like 40,000 people maybe 50,000 in the greater Helena area. And we've got like 5 fucking Starbucks.
I know. It's ridiculous. And there's like the little independent coffee shops and those little fucking coffee trailers and shit.
The little
all over the fucking
Montana
place,
mud
dude.
shacks and all that. Yes.
Holy crap, man. Coffee has gotten way out of hand, dude.
Legal crack, I guess. I don't fucking know.
Dude, I don't know.
Every once in a while, I'll partake, because sometimes, I'll tell you what, like, God, I can't remember what the hell, it's like the hazelnut frappe fucking blah, blah, blah fucking thing. It's basically, it's like a hazelnut iced coffee, and they throw a little whipped cream on there on the top.
Sure.
That's some good shit. But it's not good enough that I'm going to fucking spend $7 a fucking day to get it. Whatever happened to the good old days where you could get a cup of Joe for 40 cents?
I don't do the fancy coffees. I got my Mr. Coffee at home, and that's the coffee I like, dude.
Mr. Coffee. I haven't heard Mr. Coffee in quite some time. I have, though. I will say this, though. at my previous place of employment, because of like the weird fucking sleeping schedule I was going through like this crazy like 6 months of insomnia. It was like just insane. I became a fan of the Keurigs. Those are actually I don't know how much the shit actually costs. But
really, really expensive, and they're stupid.
Well,
Wasteful.
If you get like the fucking generic big box fucking thing from like Costco, it's not that expensive. But you get your one shot of coffee, boom, and you get your one cup of coffee, and you're good to go. Like say for a guy like me, I'm not the kind of guy. Like I said, I take my caffeine cold, pretty much, and so I'm not going to be Mr. Fucking drink a pot of coffee, right?
That's me, dude. That's me. I like a pot of coffee before I start the day.
before I open my eyes, But I mean, like I said, I kind of became the fan, the single serving, that type of thing. Get the quick little pick me up, and they got the Keurig. You get the coffee, you can get the hot chocolate, you can get the tea, you can get whatever with it. All you gotta do is just fill your little water decanter, and off to the races you go.
Indeed. See,
it's not too bad. Yeah. But so the one thing that I really wanted to kind of give 2 seconds here is after the Super Bowl went down and everything. Apparently, there was a lot of the sensitive PC crowd that were getting pissed off because people were body shaming Lady Gaga
dramatic reverb
during her performance.
See,
or afterwards.
I didn't watch.
Well, I watched for one very simple thing. I wanted to see, because I was playing the over-under bet on how many times she was going to bash Trump.
Sure.
But see, the NFL plays it smart. They say you do any of that bullshit, we'll fucking cut the show. You're done. They don't put after Beyonce's Black Panther thing last year and the fucking Janet Jackson nip slip from like fucking 15 years ago, whenever that was. They just say, we're not going to tolerate the bullshit, and so I think there were a lot of people that said it was a very apolitical show, and I honestly do think it was. Started out with and I'm not like a fan of Gaga, but I appreciate her talent. Indeed. It's like we've talked about. I think Justin Timberlake, not a cup of tea, but fucking very talented, and Indeed. She has an amazing voice. I will give all credit where credit's due. And I have said offhand that I do think she's pretty fucking hot. I would put her in my top 10 of current celebrities that I would allow to say no to me. She started off with a beautiful rendition of America the Beautiful, and then went into the barrage, the medley barrage of her songs. And where they got the body shaming thing going on was there was at one point because she went. I don't know how the fuck she pulled this off. It was like watching the fucking Jeff McBride magic show that we were fucking watching during the break. Okay? She pulls off like 6 fucking costume changes throughout this entire thing. And I'm like, how the fuck are you doing this? But at one point she's wearing like kind of a midriff thing, kind of cuts to about here. And you got her abs or whatever, they're here. And at some point, like her pants are kind of pushing up a little bit. And so she had a little bit of a pooch that was kind of hanging out.
Sure.
Just kind of doing the wiggles and squiggles. and people were losing their fucking mind. Oh my God, Jesus Christ, Gaga, do a sit-up or something, fucking A. And so the fucking uber sensitive PC crowd is, how can you body shame Lady Gaga? That is just so wrong and horrible. Blah, 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 blah. Now, since you didn't watch, so obviously you didn't see the poocha wiggling.
No.
It was something that as I'm watching the show, it was weird. It was mesmerizing. It was like your eyes just latched on to the pooch. you couldn't miss it if you tried.
Okay.
And Gaga is not fat by any stretch of the imagination. Okay. And people, this is what drives me crazy about the fucking PC crowd. Is that they've just got to be so fucking, over the top in their fucking, whiny ass bullshit. If people are making jokes or comments about fucking do a sit up, that is all it fucking is. People need to lighten the fuck up.
They do. People need to understand that it's okay to be offended.
Yeah. Because guess what? The world keeps on spinning.
Indeed.
And Lady Gaga should probably fucking do a sit-up if she's going to wear a fucking midriff shirt like that. That's all I'm saying. Who are you to judge? I'm the guy fucking watching it. I'm the guy watching it on free TV that I didn't have to fucking pay a dime, but if I was going to a fucking show and I paid 60, 80, $100, whatever the fuck tickets go for her fucking shows, you know, I want that shit tight. I'm a paying customer. I want that shit tight. You know, you want to body shame some kid for fucking eating a dozen donuts because, you know, and he's a bit roly-poly. I find that to be a little bit wrong, but you may take it under advisement to maybe consider a healthier lifestyle.
Oh, shit.
But when it comes to my celebrities, I hold them to a higher standard.
I got a smart-ass, I guess, second cousin, anyway.
Shirt-tail relation.
Yeah.
As we like to call them.
Someone put up one of those stupid, like, math things on Facebook. It was like soda plus fucking Big Mac equals 10, and then this, and then like
soda is 30,
and then
soda
like
fry is
and then it's like fry soda Big Mac whatever equals question mark, and the little fucking smart ass, he's like diabetes.
Diabetes.
Oh,
I like your
hilarious.
Cousin's my kind of guy. But yeah, so other than that, you know, it was a good game, and like I said, you know, the Gaga show, you know, I thought it nailed it. Just that little pooch, little pooch that's driving everybody fucking up a goddamn wall.
Huh.
And that's where our society's at. We don't give a shit about anything other than Gaga's pooch.
See?
And that's why Bert's ashamed to be American.
That's why I'm like, yep, that's where I'm from. Sorry about that.
Oh, no. I'm from Montana. All right. Well, we've almost killed enough time here that we don't have to worry about giving Hideo Kojima a call.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
We really should do more of those. People were enjoying those. They were. And they were fun. Do I need to turn the volume back up?
No.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna have to give Take a call. We got to get back into that. Get a little bit more of that going on. So, anyways, as we wrap up the second segment here, I do want to give kind of a little bit of a props. You know, I had a list of the celebrities that were passing away in January. It seems like while the Reaper is actually going kind of more quantity as opposed to quality this time around. You know, there were some names that came out. You know, but I mean, it's far enough away now that, you know, it's kind of to even talk about it. You and I didn't get cheese because you weren't here, and Andy, you know how he loves to go on his fucking, veer exit. We're gonna drive down the frontage road for a little bit here, and then we're gonna come, and all that. So we never got to it. But apparently, this past week, Richard Hatch passed away, and you have a kind of a look on your face like you may know who he is. Richard Hatch, he played Apollo. He played Apollo in the original Battlestar Galactica.
Oh, okay.
Okay. The reason I bring him up is kind of twofold. I mean, obviously, number one, I know we've kind of gotten away from it, but we were still kind of a nerdy little show as far as, the sci-fi and the horror and that type of stuff. So, obviously, Apollo, the original Battlestar Galactica, kind of a big deal. But also, he was heavily involved. He was like the lead evil Klingon in that Star Trek Axanar project that we loved so bad. He was in that as well. But the big thing is,
that is on again now. I don't know, but I think it is on again.
We'll find some details. We'll talk about it next week if it is.
I think it might be.
I hope so. It was too good of a project. It was too fucking good of a project to not be on.
I think they got the go-ahead as long as they're not breaking the rules, like making money and stuff like that. Because, it's supposed to be just a fan film, and they kind of did go after it like they were trying to make money. So,
well, sure, it was a fucking Kickstarter campaign, but the money they were making was going into the funding of the stuff.
Kinda,
yeah. We've talked about it before. If fucking Paramount would just get their head out of their ass, take the rights to it, supply the money for it, be the fucking distributor for it, everybody gets a fucking payday out of the deal.
Indeed.
It's stupid that they're not fucking doing it.
Star Trek Discovery has started shooting and stuff.
Is that the one that's supposed to be on CBS?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's back on.
And yeah, they've kind of like kept information kind of on the down low. It's kind of hard to find stuff about it. But
right
now stuff is starting to come out, and I'm hoping to finally get some more information on that, like who's in it, like all that stuff.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's definitely one we want to keep an eye on too. But the thing with Richard Hatch though, and you know, I had the opportunity to meet him at probably one of I'm not even say probably the single worst convention that I ever worked, which was the Galacticon from a couple of years ago.
Oh yeah.
You know, I still that still just leaves a horrid taste in my mouth. But one of the bright spots of that convention was Richard Hatch. You know, because they had uninvited all the Battlestar Galactica celebrities, which that's what you want to do for a fucking Battlestar Galactica convention. And but when they were inviting him, he he said yes, I will come back, and you know he was there. He was promoting the Star Trek Axanar. That's where I first heard about it. He was also present when I think it was like the second night or something like that. They had the full movie theater screen showing of the original like 2-hour Battlestar Galactica pilot. And, you know, he had come down and they ran like the 15-minute trailer thing for Axanar, and then they kicked into the movie. And he left like halfway through. But the thing was, he was such a nice guy through all of it, you know, and he was very appreciative of the people that finally, you know, of the handful of people that actually showed up to the convention. You know, he was there trying to, you know, help promote and smooth things over a little bit. Probably did a hell of a lot more than I would have. I would have told them to go fuck themselves had I known about, you know, what eventually was going to transpire. But you know, I mean, at the end of the day, it's sad. You know, 71. You know, it's still a little young. You know, in today's day and age, but it seems everyone's just kind of going at whatever age that the Grim Reaper tells them to.
Indeed,
that's how it works, I guess.
Yep.
But so anyways, to you, Richard Hatch, Apollo, a safe home to you.
Indeed.
And all that type of stuff. So we will go ahead here. We will take our final break. We will come back with the Reddit fun.
All right.
Show. Stay tuned.
In a city where corruption rules the streets, only one man can stop the serial killer known as the Blood Bandit. James Kurt, a former police officer turned private investigator, must race against the clock to stop the madman before he achieves his ultimate diabolical goal. When JK's brother Alex is thought killed in the line of duty and mysteriously returns with no memory of his past life, the stakes are raised even higher. Enigma, the comic book series from Quad M Productions, written and illustrated by TJ Damon, with colors and effects by Jason Vickers. Enigma. Order your copy at quadmproductions.com today.
Welcome back to the third and final segment of the Quad M Show. We are your hosts. I am TJ.
And Jason.
Boy, oh boy. Really great work, bitches.
And this segment is brought to you in part by Deeply Dapper. Hey, are you looking for that one-of-a-kind gift for the geek who has it all? Maybe a little something out of the ordinary for yourself? Well, look no further than Deeply Dapper. Ranging from The Walking Dead to Doctor Who to Labyrinth to Star Wars and well beyond, Deeply Dapper has it all. From original art prints to metal flasks, handcrafted light switch plates and key hangers to handmade soaps, all based on your favorite Nerd World properties. Visit the online store today at deeplydapper.com. That is deeplydapper.com. Deeply Dapper, better living through tentacles. Tentacles.
All right.
And don't forget, kids, you can get his stuff on Amazon. And of course, when you go shopping on Amazon, feel free, use the Amazon portal located at the QuadMProductions.com website.
There you go.
Best way to help support us.
Indeed.
And Deeply Dapper. And all that stuff.
Indeed. Do it.
But you know what doesn't need any support? Reddit Fun with Jason. Oh, and what this week, good sir, do the Redditeers have in store for us?
We have an awesome post.
Okay.
We can get back to being a little bit nerddom about our Star Wars because Andy and Devin aren't here. They're not really Star Wars fans. So.
Aww.
But this was posted 6 days ago by Melvar.
I am Melvar.
Melvar. Very popular post. If Star Wars was real life, what would you do for a living? TJ.
I could make $1 million with my job of choice. The Skywalker family counselor.
The Skywalker family counselor. There you go.
I could make a career of that.
Fucking A, dude. CPS agent just got their fucking case of a lifetime with the Skywalker family. Holy cow. What shitty fucking parents. Fucking have kids and then just ditch them all over the fucking galaxies.
Uh-huh. And here I am. Tell me about your mother. She died of childbirth.
I don't know.
Tell me about your adopted. My dad killed them. My dad killed my adopted parents. What about you? Well, I guess my dad kind of
I grew up on a desert planet.
My dad kind of killed my aunt and uncle, but they were holding me back anyway, so I guess that's kind of okay. But, later on I ditched my daughter on a desert planet too, so, keeping it real, Pop.
It builds character.
Not as bad as my nephew. Fuck you, Luke.
Oh, no. Awesome.
All because Dad was the chosen one.
The chosen one. Yeah. Uh-huh.
What would yours be?
A nerf herder. Duh.
A nerf herder. Well, duh. Yep, here I am out on the porch after a busy day of herding nerfs.
Herding nerfs. Had to round up a gaggle of them whistling footballs. What wily they are. Awesome.
So let's see what does the hive what does the hive mind got for us?
Okay, I'm sure we got sorted by best. Okay. Never gets sarcasm says, working in a cantina for minimum wage.
You were working in Mos Eisley as a cocktail bar when I met you. Don't you want me way?
Oh, no.
Don't you want me? No! I'm sorry.
Oh, no. That was horrible. I suppose you're going to filter that in, though.
I'll figure something out.
I'm Jack's online persona says, moisture farmer. It sounds like a calm life. Oh, yeah. Till Socialist Bob says until you have to pick up power converters from Tashi Station.
How was your day, Clem? Wet.
Wet. Oh, Boiler Drum says, archaeologist on Korriban. What could go wrong?
Which planet was Korriban?
Let's find out. Okay, Google. Korriban, Star Wars. Homeworld of the ancient Sith.
Okay.
There we go.
What could possibly go? Okay. I get the joke now.
All right. Yay.
Apparently I'm not nerdy enough for some of you Star Wars folks, but that's okay. I'm okay with that.
Noggin a floggin says. Oh, I'd be mining kyber crystals and bitch about how the Jedi are manipulating market prices. Riches 1984 says, I'd be a contractor on the replacement Death Star. I'm sure the higher ups would make sure this one is safe against any attacks.
Yeah, Kevin Smith already did that joke in Clerks.
Oh yeah, then there's like Quirks references and stuff. All right. Mr. Cinematic says, hopefully on some neutral boring planet that's not involved. The ones in the story tend to get blown up or nearly escape blowing up. Rather, just read that shit in the news. It's got a point.
Damn it, we had a cruise planned to go to Alderaan next week. Dodge that laser bolt.
Indeed. Oh, Dirty D97 says, I would hope that I'd be a badass bounty hunter or smuggler. In reality, I'd probably be this guy that just stands up on that post over there.
Pew, pew, pew.
Stands up on that post every time they fly in and out of Yavin 4 and never seems to move.
Yeah, the pew, pew, pew guy.
Tornado Ape says, probably some desk job with a window looking out at Cloud City. Madam Beer Mode says, I'd be on an OSHA. Oh no. Okay. I only got to OSHA before I got
You got the OSHA out.
Oh no. I'd be an OSHA inspector and pointing out the lack of handrails everywhere. Oh, I know, dude. I know. Space Trucker.
Space Trucker.
I already have experience in Elite Dangerous, so I think I'm qualified to pilot a real spaceship. Oh yeah, and I drove trucks in San Francisco for a few years. I could do the trench run, no problem after that. Jed Leland, here's my man. He says, heard some nerfs.
Heard some nerfs. Ding, ding.
Ding, ding. Overbred says, be a musician in, I don't know, maybe a cantina band?
You know, I thought that was one of the most bullshit things, too, on Force Awakens, that fucking reggae band.
Yeah, that was weird. But, you know.
It wasn't as bad as the 50s era diner that Obi-Wan went to go get information about the fucking clone planet.
That style of music is called jizz.
I'll bet it is.
And the jizz box was also one of the instruments used in jizz music.
I knew her.
Here we are. We got a little wiki on the jizz box.
The jizz box.
You
Great.
sound like a festering jizz box. I got a festering jizz box right over here in that corner. The assistant manager of the Wookiees codpiece. Jizz box was a musical device. The Wookiees codpiece. The jizz box was a musical device. In 13 ABY, the protocol droid C-3PO, who was stranded on the planet of Nim Drovos, auditioned to perform at a cantina called the Wookiees Codpiece. C-3PO performed by playing back songs stored in his memory core with his vocal bulator. The assistant manager of the establishment told the droid that he sounded like a festering jizz box and rejected him, saying the codpiece already had a jizz box to play. B. Midfool says, busy life slinging death sticks.
Yeah.
Meh, he says,
There's no enjoyment here.
War Ducks says, I'd spend every day crying that I didn't have the Force. Now we get the dark stuff.
Oh, good.
Joe's at Moe's says, I'd be a stormtrooper because I already never achieved my aims in life.
I get it, because you miss all the time.
Oh. Budgie Attack Squadron says, make a living, I'd be browsing the HoloNet Reddit all day and watching the Twi'lek Togaruta porn. Happy Cthulhu says, I'd be the IT guy constantly pissed off by that emo jerk-off that thinks putting a lightsaber through any close-by control panel is a good way to deal with his daddy issues. Ugh, this fucking guy again. Fucking brilliant, dude. Oh, the Rogue says, professional Pazak player. That or hunting dragons on Tatooine without my wife tampering the droids. TY, honey.
Yeah.
Queer Trek says, Star Wars is real. It's a historical account of a culture that existed in a long time ago in a galaxy far away.
That's right. It's a documentary.
RJM88 says, have you tried turning your droid off and on again? Leon's Getting Larger says, in real life, I'm in middle management in a soul-sucking corporate job. So, sitting at a desk somewhere on Coruscant. Rocket Monkey says, this is like one of those questions that the guidance counselor asks you in high school, and your answer is an indication of what you should pursue in the real world. We tend to think of stormtroopers in the constant context of galactic battles and exciting firefights, but the reality is that 99% of the time they're walking around most easily writing speeding tickets and dealing with domestic disputes.
You know, and here's the thing about the stormtroopers that's kind of bugged me, especially after Rogue One. You know, why do they even fucking wear that armor? It's practically fucking useless.
Indeed. The Ewoks
When you got
that.
fucking Ewoks throwing rocks at him, you got a fucking blind dude with a stick. What the hell was that?
I clicked something.
Oh,
I didn't know it was a video. Sorry.
You got a blind dude with a stick that can take out a fucking army of them. With a stick! This armor is fucking useless.
Indeed.
Durasteel my ass.
To the uninitiated says, I hate sand. So I would, I don't know, launch it into space.
Because it gets everywhere.
Bright Blue Beam says, Chief Librarian of the Jedi Archives. How freaking awesome would it be to work there and have full access to all that knowledge? Pretty cushy job for a Jedi.
Yeah, until you get fucking killed during the purge.
Throwaway for LEO stuff. Storm State Trooper?
Storm State Trooper.
Oh, yeah, Caesar 76. This is good. I really want to see a Stormtrooper parody of Super Troopers now. Give me a liter of Bacta. Do you guys like Tatooine? Oh, shit, yeah. Well, motherfucker, do you need assistance?
Obviously it's not a parody of Super Troopers, but it's a parody of Cops. Did you ever see the Stormtrooper parody of Cops?
Yeah.
That was fucking hilarious.
Chevy Boy 777 says, I would sell blasters and blaster accessories. Indeed. And we're going to finish off with Robin Fox 12 says, probably hiding. Star Wars is scary.
Star Wars is scary. All right. Well, thanks, nerds. Thanks. We appreciate it.
Indeed. Some great answers. And logical ones, too.
Oh, indeed.
The guy that's like, I want to be on a boring planet far away from all this stuff and just read about it on the news.
I just want to see it on the Galactic the fucking Galactic Empire News Network.
Indeed.
All right. Well, it shouldn't be too hard to get an answer out of you, but picks of the week. Do you got anything this week?
The Mystery Science Theater YouTube channel, the official Mystery Science Theater YouTube channel.
Yeah.
They've got shit tons of their movies and little video clips and shit on there. They got it set up so you can watch the thing on the YouTube.
Uh-huh.
And if you turn the annotations off, it's kind of like they like give the source for a lot of their references and stuff on screen.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of like Mystery Science Theater pop-up video.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, I've been doing that while I've been working on Enigma.
Yeah.
So
I'm kind of surprised. I figured you would have brought up Lego Batman.
Lego Batman?
Yeah, because that comes out. Yeah, today's Friday, so it came out today. Yeah.
Well, I haven't seen it yet, so.
Well, but still, you already know that. But anyways, yeah. So my pick is pretty simple. I got high expectations. I think John Wick Chapter 2 is going to be just fucking phenomenal. I'm hoping double the headshots.
Double the headshots. Now with 160% headshots.
Now with 160% headshots. Last time they killed his dog. This time they killed his kitty cat.
Oh, yeah.
John Wick is on the fucking rampage.
Yeah.
I mean, really, how great of a movie can that? The whole movie is centered around you killed my fucking dog. I mean, you stole my car and killed my dog that my wife left to me after she just passed away. I mean, you want to talk about like fucking 24 is Jack Bauer having a bad day? No. Fucking John Wick is the ultimate bad day character. So what kind? I'm excited to see what level of bad day are we going to get that sends him back into the fire again.
Indeed.
So yeah, I already know. Regardless, no. John Wick Chapter 2. That is totally my pick for this week. I'm looking forward to it. And of course, depending on whether we go Saturday or Sunday, we will have our reviews for it for you next week.
10-4.
Indeed. All right. Well, good sir. Do we have anything left to pimp, promote, propagate, or pander for the evening?
No, I think we covered everything.
All right. Well, that will wrap it up for this week's episode of the Quad M Show. Hey, gang, don't forget, rate, review, and subscribe to us on iTunes and Stitcher. Like us on Facebook, and follow us on the Twitter at Quad M Comics. Do all that fine stuff because we're attention whores. We need that.
Do it now.
We need that validation. All right. So until next week, this is TJ.
Jason.
And we will see you all later, gang. Take care.
You've been listening to Quad M Show. Copyright 2017, Quad M Productions. If you have any comments, questions, queries, quibbles, concerns, or just have something funny to say to us, feel free. Email us at quadmcomics@gmail.com or send us a tweet at quadmcomics.
That was Anakin's fucking like little catchphrase in the fucking Pantene Menace.
That's right.
I'm sorry, but I can never acknowledge the fact that Darth Vader ever had the name Annie.
Annie. Yeah.
Sand is so rough and annoying. It's everywhere.
And it just gets everywhere.
Darth Vader's first word was whiny new. Oh, fuck off. Really?
Oh, thank God for Rogue One.
I know, right? I know. Yeah. Thankfully, Rogue One got Darth Vader right. Jesus.
Yes, wash the fucking taste of Annie and Jar Jar and all that shit out of our fucking mouths. Dear God.
Yeah.
That would have been great. That's the only thing that would have made that movie better.
What?
If Jar Jar had been part of that fucking rebel group.
Oh.
Just so we can know that he would die at the end.
Oh, yeah. We can do without Jar Jar. That's okay.
Well, I mean, yeah, but just to see him get cut up. You little fucker. Slice him up in little fucking Jar Jar cutlets. Indeed.
Jar Jar cutlets.
Would you like some of the flank? Misa, no! I think I still got that fucking picture from years ago with the. Oh God, I think it was the Wizard World Dallas show that I had went to as a fanboy.
The Klingons with the Gungans head on a
with
pike.
Jar Jar's head on the fucking pike. Yeah, that was fantastic. That was a. Well, it was just happenstance that fucking happened because they were just coming down and they're not the roughest, toughest looking Klingons you ever saw in your life. One was probably somewhere around the 350, tipping the scales.
Sure.
Here we are, body shaming again. Here comes Lady Gaga, fucking bounding down.
Gaga. Boom, baba, boom, baba, boom, baba.
And then he threw up all over the crowd. Vader got his revenge.
Indeed.